Very
Awesome.
exciting, yes.
Too far. That's perfect right there. Greg,
There you go.
okay. Turn a little more drive. Easy. Keep coming. Come a little faster. Okay. More throttle. Put your left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle, front foot is throttle over the brake. Perfect. Okay, now, a little more. Now as you turn, passenger. Keep going, passenger. Keep going. Okay, now you're going to have to give a little throttle as you go here. Not a lot, because you only got one front tire on. I don't want you breaking a tire on here, so.
When I go throttle, am I leaving the wheels where they are?
Yes. Yep.
I'm all the way to the stop, or I'm against the rock.
You're probably against the rock. Oh, you might be in the stop. Okay. Easy now. Driver, hard. Starting to climb. Keep that line. Go passenger, driver.
Pick it up.
Okay. Now passenger. Keep climbing. More passenger. Now you're on. Easy. I want you to back up.
I would say that is probably the most aggressive obstacle I've ever done so far. And it was a wall. And it climbed much better than I thought it would do. Actually, the Bronco did, so it's good.
Passenger side touching nothing. right passenger side back wheel creeping up to the edge. Right to the edge passenger side. All right, leaning over the edge passenger side. Got about half foot to drop. Can't see driver's side. Alrighty, you got about 5 feet to the edge on passenger side. Passenger side approaching edge. Got about a half foot to drop. Both even, front and driver. Alright, approaching edge, passenger side. Half foot to drop.
Now's a good time to do an introduction of these rigs. This is the Off-RoadX 2018 Ford F-150 Raptor. It is heavily modified and lifted, however it is running on stock 35-inch tires. This is Brandt's Bronco Raptor. It is slightly modified with rock sliders, 37-inch BF Goodrich KM3 tires, and Method bead grip wheels. This is David's Wild Track Bronco. It has a ton of modifications to it, including 37-inch BFG tires with a frame cut, ADD bumpers, winches, lights, and rock sliders. This is day one of our Moab trip, and we did make it to the top of the world. Our F-150 Raptor did break 2 CVs, and I crushed the transmission oil pan.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, the Raptor was making a little noise, a little grinding noise. Didn't know what it was. I turned a little bit. I heard this click, click, and then a pop. And looks like it was a driver's side CV that just ate itself. Don't know why it did that. These CVs are only like 6 months old, so you know, stuff happens. We're going to put it in 2-wheel drive, see if we can get out of here, and then look in Moab to see if we can get another CV, put it in tonight.
Sounds good.
It's the only thing we can do. Step. Come down again. Yep, you're sliding. Whoa. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep. There you go. You're good, you're good. Okay. Wow. I think you might have tipped. You didn't keep going. That's it. That's about the limit. Just keep going straight. Big step, easy, perfect. Very well done. Coming. All right, now you're back. Step down. Pick up your passenger side. Perfect. Good job.
Broke a CV axle on the driver's side of the vehicle. I don't know if we also broke the four-wheel drive. It would seem very odd if all of that happened. We just got hung up on the rear hitch, and since we only have two-wheel drive, not much we could do there, and we had to winch ourselves off. It was really no big deal in the grand scheme of things, but just annoying because we don't have any four-wheel drive. We're gonna stop in Moab to Napa, pick up new CV axles, and get to our camp and put them on. Hopefully there's no other issues. I don't think there's any other issues, but you know, we'll see when we get there.
Turns out there was some other issues. The CVs broke. We're not actually sure why. The front end of this truck was rebuilt in early 2024 by a dealership, so we're hoping that there's nothing wrong with the rebuild on this, but it ate both front CV axles. As for the mistake I made, we crushed the transmission oil pan on a rock, and we noticed it once we got to Napa to replace the CVs. Unfortunately, they did not have a transmission oil pan, and the CVs that they had for a Raptor actually weren't for a Raptor and didn't fit. We ended up making it to camp that night, setting up with JB Weld on the transmission oil pan and running in two-wheel drive with the CVs both still attached. We ended up having another problem with the Raptor that we just didn't know yet. At this point in the trip, we had an amazing night. We had starlit skies, an unbelievable dinner, and an amazing breakfast. First thing in the morning, I got up and started calling everybody in the industry that I knew. And O'Reilly's really came through for us. They said they had the transmission oil pan as well as the CV axles in their distribution center in Salt Lake City. An employee of theirs volunteered to drive those parts all the way to Moab for us. We cannot thank them enough. They brought all the parts to us. We started to put the transmission oil pan in. However, the CV axles ended up being the wrong axles as well. After we got the transmission oil pan in, later in the trip, we end up getting the CV axles from Ford of Moab, and you'll see us install those in their parking lot a little later. Here's a quick time lapse of us getting the transmission oil pan fixed in our Raptor and getting it back to running at least in two-wheel drive at this point.
There you go. No turning back now. We cannot thank O'Reilly's enough, and especially their top 3 employees in our eyes. That's Brad, Robert, and most importantly, Andrew, who drove his own vehicle all the way down from Salt Lake City to Moab to deliver us the parts. Thank you guys so very much. It made it so that we just had to make a small adjustment to our trip, and everything else went smoothly. As I did mention, the CVs ended up being wrong, so you'll see us install those a little later.
Amazing. That's beautiful. I don't want to have to build the road, though.
Did it scare you at all?
No.
No scare?
Not.
I guess you fly planes for a living.
I do. But it is a different kind of heights for sure.
lots of stuff. We got ratcheting wrenches that you didn't bring.
Ratcheting wrenches.
Wrenches
Ratcheting wrenches.
that you didn't bring. Saved your life with those.
My whole life. The rest of my life has been saved.
Exciting, yes.
Where we are on this trip right now, Pete. We are on the White Rim Trail. We are in the Raptor, which is bruised, but not completely broken. We've got a totally shot CV axle on the driver's side. We've got a pretty bad CV axle on the passenger side. And last night we were up pretty late repairing the transmission oil pan, which so far the repair looks like it went perfectly. But she's a good old girl, Roxy. She just keeps working at it. Everyone here is just having a fantastic time and wonderful Moab. And that's what we come out here to do, relax and have the greatest time piloting these giant off-road rigs to do amazing fun things. We did 100 miles on the White Rim Trail, and it held together, and we're almost to camp, and it exploded. Taking the outer CV that's in the hub and left it in there, and then the inner CV, we took the whole CV apart, the shaft out, all the ball bearings out, and we put the inner CV in. I don't know if that'll hold, I don't know if that'll work. We're gonna try that first. If that doesn't work, then we'll stuff it full of stuff and put a lot of duct tape over it.
Mike, is it gonna work?
I'm gonna let.
It's always gonna work. Pete's on it.
How was today?
It was awesome. It was amazing, excitement, adventurous. Because of all the washouts and the storms that we went through that came out here and washed all this area out, we had to take some trails that were pretty challenging and find our way back to main trail. And finally, right at dusk, ended up at Taylor Campground.
Which is your favorite campground of all time,
my
right?
favorite of all time.
I mean, you can see why, people.
This is my favorite all the time campground ever.
Yeah. It's just awesome. Well, thank you.
No, thank you, and Roxy.
Roxy. Yeah, that's Roxy right there. We don't know how she's doing it. She just keeps working and making it. She's missing CVs. She's missing what else?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an oil pan, transmission oil pan. Just
We should be
completely
working
destroyed.
for Ford. We should be working for Ford.
What did you think of the White Room Trail?
Awesome.
What was your favorite part about the White Room Trail?
Other than seeing all the wreckage of the vehicles that had perished on the switchbacks we just did, it was definitely camping at Taylor. The wash basins were fun right before camp last night. I'm not a fan of the silt that's in my eye, but I am a fan of driving through it.
Actually, it was much more aggressive than I expected this year. Last we went a few years ago, and it was pretty mild to moderate, but this trip was excellent. There was a lot of cool off-roading. The trails have gotten more aggressive, and you actually need a true 4x4 to make it through the trail, so it was a blast.
White Room Trail. Now we're at the Ford dealership. We just got out of O'Reilly's, returning all of those parts. We got the actual Ford Performance CVs here, jacking up the vehicle. Hopefully we'll have this done in the next 20-30 minutes. We're gonna do both sides just so that they're done, and we'll be on our way. CV in, everything's tightened back up. We're gonna go to the other side, we're gonna do that one too. Then we're gonna get the heck out of here and have a blast. Not that we haven't had a blast already, we're just gonna have more of a blast. It's gonna be more fun because we have better parts and it isn't falling apart anymore.
Sounds good.
We broke the CV on the driver's side of the Raptor. The CV on the passenger side is damaged, and we did a full repair, replaced the CVs, and we're driving down the road and there's this knocking sound coming out of the driver's side. So we think that it's the hub trying to engage and unengage, so there's some vacuum leak or something going on. And we went to the dealership, they didn't have the hoses, so we cut the hose that was there, made it shorter, and put it back on. But I also noticed that the connection point is also bent and not right. So we're gonna take it all back out, take a look out of it, and I do have a new hub assembly that I can put back in there, and we should be good to go with. So that's what we're gonna do now. This is the fourth, fifth, I don't know. Whoever's counting, how many times have we taken this wheel on and off? We've now replaced the all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive hub, IWE, and the CV. So there's nothing left over here to be wrong and clicking. It's over. We fixed it. I promise.
I learned that you can have bad CVs, bad IWEs, bad hoses, and good company.
You know what I learned? Bad times are better with good friends.
Bad times make good memories.
Yeah.
You can make good memories.
Now we just need David to come through and
Yep.
be healthy.
Yep, we can dope him up.
So David's leaving us. He got some stuff in his eye. We don't know if it was from before the trip or during the trip, but he can no longer continue with his eye, and everything happens for a reason. All these breakdowns we've had with the Raptor have delayed us a little bit.
So I can get eye surgery.
So he could get his eye taken care of.
Here, it's orange.
And if that hadn't happened, we'd be 100 miles away from any town or anything. So,
Thanks, buddy.
it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. See you around.
There he goes, walking off into the netherworlds, all by himself, like a young boy on his first trip in the world. Bye, David.
Good young boy.
Now let's go get some ice cream.
Ice cream.
At this point in the trip, we are 5 nights in. Though we've had our challenges, we've conquered them together. Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to David as his eye was nearly swelling shut from scratching his cornea nearly 50 times. We're not sure if it came from the silt during the trip or if it was something he had in his eye before the trip. As for the Raptor, it is fully fixed at this point and ready to go on the rest of this epic adventure. Over the next few days, we will be going to extremely remote areas in the middle of Utah. Yes, we are headed to the Hans Flat Ranger hut in the maze in Canyonlands. We're going to be on dirt for the next 2 days, having fun. We're going to one of the most remote areas in Utah tomorrow, and today we are camping at the furthest west campsite in the Canyonlands National Park area. Can't wait to get there, but also can't wait to have a good time getting there.
Got up. We helped Peter make breakfast because he was slow again. And so at breakfast, it was great. And we packed the truck. Well, Peter and Mike packed the truck. Took off at 8:45. Went to a Conoco station that didn't have gas. Well, it had gas for us, right?
Yeah, just us.
Then it ran out as soon as we left.
We emptied the tanks.
Yeah. And then we got back on the trail and came down through. I don't think that's the maze. I'm not sure what that part is. Is it the maze? Okay. But we had been down before and got some great looks out over the maze. Got some great looks down the Flint's switchbacks. That was pretty exciting. I enjoyed that part because I wasn't driving.
Oh, okay.
Peter told me the truck was making noise again, and I went, "It's not good." But he said it's all right. So, and we're at camp. 4 o'clock. Wind's blowing. Feels good. What else could you want?
It was really good, other than Peter got up late. We had to help him make breakfast to get it started on time. So we helped him out and got out of there actually 15 minutes early. Me and my dad saved the day. And then his truck started breaking again, so God knows what was going to happen tomorrow. We need to do some extra maintenance on Pete's truck. I would never break my truck out on the road. But we did some great visits at the ranger station, got updates on everything going on. We ran Flint Trail, and really that was pretty mild compared to Top of the World. Top of the World was a little more radical. Pretty fun to run, and it wasn't terribly rough, so it was a good ride, at least in a Raptor. Switchbacks coming down, and those were nice views. Came through the maze, before we got to that we had lunch. Nice place to have lunch. The temperatures are a little cooler, so it's a little more pleasant. And then we came into the maze, the Sunset Pass. Overall, a really good day. Actually got here early enough where we could hang out and just enjoy some sun and shade.
And half of that's a lie.
No.
I was the first guy up. I had breakfast ready early. And I won't deny that or confirm that they helped get us out of camp early. Yeah, we're at Sunset Pass. It's absolutely beautiful. Mike's been a champion trooper over there. Yep, that was. Yep, there he is. This guy right there. Yep. Mm-hmm. We blew a tire today. Everybody forgot. We forgot about the tire.
At least one.
Some idiot. John, do you know who that idiot is?
No.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Brant.
I have a feeling, but I'm not going to say any names, Peter.
You're not going to say any names,
Peter
that
some idiot
that some idiot.
smoked the tires on a rock and ripped the tread off.
Yeah.
It's like ripping one of your fingers off.
Yeah.
Your hand.
This wasn't like a puncture. This was like tread delaminated from tire.
Yeah, it was severe.
And if we get another flat, we will determine which flat we should be more aggressive about fixing. I'm going to bet whatever the next flat is will be less of a hole than that is. right, well, we just crossed over, what was this river called? The Muddy,
Devil's Head.
the Devil's,
Devil's.
the Dirty Devil River.
Dirty devil.
We just went over the Dirty Devil River. We weren't sure like how bad it was gonna be, if it was gonna be soft, so we took all precautions. We sent the more capable vehicle first. We hooked a winch line up to it ahead of time. That way, if something were to happen, that we'd be able to use the winch to pull across. And you know, the F-150 Raptor is kind of limping this trail because we're not sure if we have four-wheel drive or not. So we did all that at a abundance of precaution, and then we just drove right across it without any issues in two-wheel drive.
Abundance of precaution.
Abundance of
I
precaution.
like that, and that's what we did because I better be precautious than to be stuck in the middle of a river.
Yeah,
What'd you get?
it worked out
Or
great.
a poison river.
The poison.
Dirty Devil River.
Yep. I like running through the creeks and kind of having to go off. The trails, you know, basically weren't not passable at some points, so we had to get a little variability in the trails. And kind of going through the washes and climbing out and all that, I thought that was fun.
Super cool.
But honestly, overall, it was the whole run was excellent and something I hadn't really done.
Just being there with everybody else and having fun doing it. I mean, the views were just amazing. Obviously, Canyonlands, anything in Canyonlands is my jam. It's my favorite. And then to do Poison Spring on the way out, what a cool trail. And I hope it stays open for others to enjoy. Don't go on it alone. That's for sure. Go with somebody else for safety purposes. Yeah, you could do it yourself, but it's just dangerous and you're taking a lot of risk. And definitely check the weather ahead of time, because if it rains at all, you're not getting through that.
enjoying the great outdoors. It's kind of part of what we do on these trips. It isn't just off-roading, it isn't just camping, but we get to do a lot of sightseeing, and we obviously visit as many parks as we possibly can, show off this great green earth that we're currently living on. Well, Mike, what'd you think?
Awesome. All the trails were super cool. White Rim was awesome again. This trail was honestly super cool. All the scenery changes. And then just these little, what do we call them, hoodoos?
Yeah, the hoodoos.
The little hoodoos are kind of cool, all the campsites.
Yeah. Yep, so this is the end of the trip, unfortunately. We gotta go back to normal life. For Off-RoadX, we gotta go back to the shop, build more rigs, invite more people out, help them enjoy the great outdoors just like this. This was our campsite last night. That was our view to the west. Stunning. You might notice something on the back of the truck. This right there, that little red tag. So if you don't know, Off-RoadX makes truck tags. And you can get a yellow truck tag at our website. It'll get shipped out to you for $4.99. And then there's other color tags. You'll notice that the Raptor has a yellow tag, a black tag, and a red tag. Well, you earn those tags by coming on trips with Off-RoadX. Now, the Moab trip is more of a friends-only trip, but the Colorado trips, you can sign up and join, and you can get the opportunity to earn some truck tags. Other than that, thanks. All right, guys. See you later. That's Woody Woodpecker, right there. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. I mean, look at that guy. Come on. Definitely Woody Woodpecker.